The whole world looks like right now they have taken their position already. What I mean by that is Saudi Arabia, UAE, Egypt, Middle Eastern countries, most of them, they're now openly siding with Russia. And US has a big qualm about this. And this is why we are saying now Saudi Arabia is under tremendous pressure by Biden's administration. And he's saying that I'm going to be putting a lot of pressure on them and there will be consequence for that. So Joe Biden is now getting very upset with MBS, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and many other countries. So we talk about the end of time MALHAMA. Countries taking position is very, very important for us to understand at the end of time war. Why? Because Rasulullah SAW, he prophesied that they will gather together against you. Basically means there will be two groups when the malhama, the fierce battle, will take place. فَيَسْتَمِعُونَ لِلْمَلْحَمَةِ. One group is going to be the Muslims, the righteous one, and the other one is everybody else, the non-Muslims. Right now, we are seeing the formation of ranks, the formation of groups are taking place openly. US, they have their own allies, Canada, the European Union. Russia has its own ally, China, Middle Eastern countries. A lot of them are pivoting towards putting more than to Biden to the United States. And this is quite, surprising and very, very fascinating at the same time, because throughout history, these countries, Middle Eastern countries, they depended on who? On the Western countries. And the petrodollar was used to boost Saudi Arabia and US's economy using oil money. Now, all of a sudden, we see this, turn 180-degree from Saudi Arabia and the Middle Eastern countries against US, saying that we are not with you anymore. Rather, we will go with Russia. Whether this is a good choice or bad choice, only time will tell. But now, I want to share with you something very, very interesting. And we talk about the end of time. If you're somebody interested in this topic, consider to subscribe. We want to talk about MBS, Mohammad bin Salman, and I made very, very recently, actually, yesterday, I made a video and explained to you guys how fast Saudi Arabia is changing. It is noticeable. Okay, a country changes. I have seen Malaysia. I lived in Malaysia. I have seen how they were changing. They had this Vision 2020, which is over now. But Saudi Arabia, their changes, 2030 vision, it is noticeable. They're doing some incredible work. Overnight, the whole country is changing. Not only that, their infrastructure is becoming out of the world, very sophisticated, the line, the Neom city, whatnot. But also, their culture is changing. Their religiosity is changing. They are now celebrating Halloween, Christmas, all of it. But, those things, we talk about MBS and we say, let this guy do whatever he's doing. Only Allah knows what will happen. And then we also have, Mohammad Qasim, his dream. If you do not know Mohammad Qasim, he's a guy from Pakistan. He sees vision, he sees dream, and then his dreams come true and people go, oh my God. I don't trust those things. And a lot of scholars, they have clearly said this is a liar, a kadhab. Now, the news that I really want to share with you is this. Chinese bombers now spotted with Kinzhal-like hypersonic missile that Russia has deployed to threaten the West. Basically means China, their military, they are using the same missiles, hypersonic missile, Kinzhal-like hypersonic missile, to target or to threaten the West exactly the same way Russia did. Why China is doing this? Is there going to be a possibility of a war between China and the West? Russia obviously going to take side with China. Well, the answer to that question is, you can say no, there is no possibility, but I'm afraid some greedy leader like Xi Jinping, Putin, Biden, all of these leaders, they're very, very greedy, They don't have taqwa, they don't care about anybody. All they care about money, name, fame, and power. So Xi Jinping, he recently faced a lot of criticism and backlash and resistance from his own Communist Party. Communist Party in China? I think so. And he is now thinking of how to make China great again. Yeah, exactly. So Chinese economy, according to the Western analysts, it is going to slow down. It is already slowing down. It will reach to a level where it will not grow anymore. How long that stagnation will remain? Some say for eternity. It is never gonna grow anymore. Chinese economy is not gonna grow anymore. Therefore, China, Xi Jinping might resort to some kind of war tactic in order to revitalize his economy, in order to restart the wheel of business in his country through military industrial complex he has in his country. We do not know, but that is always a possibility, because right now, I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, Chinese economy is suffering according to the Western media. And Farid Zakaria, if you do not know him, he's from CNN. He actually made a very bizarre comment, and he said that, yeah, China is doomed. I do not know. I do not know how they find this data to project the future, but it is definitely not looking good. Guys, so many things I want to cover with you. So let's take a look at this one first, because this news is very interesting. The H-6K carried one such missile on each wing. Okay, reported Global Times, citing the video report by China Central Television (CCTV), while Chinese officials did not specify the weapon's exact type. One of the missiles was seen with 2PZD-21 scrawled on its body. Wow, I mean, China is getting serious. Chinese media reports stated that it appeared to be some air-to-ground missile with a shape very similar to a ballistic missile. Would China fire one against Taiwan, start a war? This is the question we want to ask and find the answer. Well, I think if you ask me that question, whether China will resort to war with Taiwan, they are keeping that as an option. As I said, if the economy doesn't grow, if they think going to war with Taiwan is gonna revitalize their economy, of course, they don't care about human life. They're just gonna annihilate. They're gonna pulverize Taiwan. As soon as the images started to flood social media, the most striking observation made by experts was not these missiles bore a resemblance to the Russian Kinzhal aero ballistic hypersonic missile, and that it could have an anti-ship variant. So again, China and Russia looks like they are slowly but surely realizing that we cannot just talk the talk. We need to do something about this. China supported Russia throughout this war, maybe not militarily or financially, but with all this rhetoric that came from Beijing, they were vociferously supporting Russia without any doubt. We will see, dear brothers and sisters, the end of time. The MALHAMA, as I said in the beginning, positions are being taken, sides are being taken. We know who is who. There is no indistinction. There is clear-cut demarcation when it comes to understanding who will be fighting who. And brothers and sisters, not looking good. Turkey, on the other hand, having a lot of issues with Greece. Anytime some military escalation can take place as well there. And when we talk about Greece, Turkey, we talk about Muslim fighting Christian. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.